Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into the world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on the 2002 USA 5-cent Jefferson nickel. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your coin collection, this coin is a must-know. So, let's explore the circulated value of the 2002 nickel and what makes it special. The 2002 Jefferson nickel is part of the long-running series featuring President Thomas Jefferson. This design, which has been in circulation since 1938, is instantly recognizable by its profile of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. But what about its value today? Well, let's break it down. First, let's talk about circulated value. If you find a 2002 nickel in your pocket change, it's worth, you guessed it, just 5 cents. But here's where things get interesting. If it's in exceptional condition, or if it's a rare minting error, it could be worth more. For the 2002 nickel, the typical circulated coin, which means one that has been used and shows signs of wear, will still hold its face value of 5 cents. But if you come across one in excellent condition, or uncirculated, it could fetch anywhere between 10 to 25 cents, depending on the demand. If the coin is in mint condition, meaning it has been well preserved with sharp details and little to no wear, collectors may be willing to pay more for it. The highest values you'll see for a 2002 Jefferson nickel will likely come from uncirculated or proof versions of the coin. Now, here's something to look out for: mint errors. Occasionally, you might find a 2002 nickel with a minting mistake, such as a double strike or misalignment. These can make the coin far more valuable, so if you think you've got one of these rare finds, it's worth getting it professionally graded. Another thing to note is that the 2002 nickel features Monticello on the reverse, the home of Thomas Jefferson, which gives the coin its distinctive look. Specific years and variations. If you're wondering where to buy or sell these coins, auction houses, online platforms like eBay, and local coin shops are great places to start. Just remember to check the current market trends as prices fluctuate depending on demand and the coin's condition. So, to sum it up, a 2002 Jefferson nickel in circulated condition is worth its face value, 5 cents. But if you come across one in uncirculated condition or with any mint errors, you might be holding onto a coin worth more than just pocket change. In coin collecting, condition is everything when it comes to determining a coin's value. Here's a breakdown of the key conditions for a 2002 Jefferson nickel, or any collectible coin: heavy wear, with most details barely visible. Coins in this condition are often worn flat, with almost no design detail left. For a 2002 nickel, this condition generally has no additional value beyond its face value of 5 cents. These are not usually sought by collectors. Significant wear, with major features and outlines visible, but details are faint. Jefferson's face is recognizable, but not detailed. Slightly above face value, but still usually minimal, unless the coin has historical interest or is rare for its year. Moderate wear with major details visible. Some finer details, like Jefferson's hair, may be worn but still distinct. For a 2002 nickel, these may attract a small premium if there is strong collector demand. Light wear, with most details still sharp and clear. The coin may show some slight rubbing on the highest points. These can sell for a slight premium, especially if they are nearly flawless. Collectors may pay 10 to 20 cents for a well-preserved example from 2002. No signs of wear at all. An uncirculated coin is one that hasn't been in circulation and shows full mint luster. MS 60 is the lowest level of uncirculated, and MS 70 is a flawless, perfect coin. For a 2002 nickel, uncirculated coins may fetch between 25 cents. The 2002 nickel represents one of the last years of the original Jefferson nickel design before significant changes were made. In 2004 and 2005, the U.S. Mint introduced a series of commemorative nickels under the Westward Journey series to celebrate the bicentennials of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. Starting in 2006, the obverse design was updated to a new portrayal of Jefferson, created by artist Jamie Franke, marking the end of Schlag's Monticello version as a standard. Though 2002 nickels are common, they have value as part of the continuous Jefferson nickel series, representing a moment right before a major shift in design. Collectors often seek these to complete collections spanning the classic years. The 2002 Jefferson nickel can serve as a fascinating piece for those interested in 20th century American coinage or as a precursor to the design changes that followed. The Jefferson nickel has become a cultural and historical symbol, reflecting American values and history from its inception during the Great Depression to the early 2000s. The 2002 nickel holds its own place as a classic year, just before the design modifications that would redefine the coin for modern audiences. Let's start with the basics. The 1989 Jefferson nickel was minted as part of the regular circulation series, meaning it was made for everyday use. The coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag. The reverse shows Jefferson's home, Monticello, also designed by Schlag. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced over 500 million of these coins across the Denver and Philadelphia mints. So, we're talking about a very common coin, not rare by any means. But that doesn't mean it's not worth paying attention to. There are always subtle variations that can affect its value. When it comes to the 1989 Jefferson nickel's circulating value, it's still worth just 5 cents. That's right, the regular version of this coin is worth its face value. If you find one in your pocket change, you can just spend it like any other nickel. Now, let's talk about any potential special variations or errors that could increase its value. While most 1989 Jefferson nickels are worth just 5 cents, there are certain things to look out for. For example, if you come across a coin with any minting errors, like double strikes, die cracks, or unusual wear, it could be worth more to collectors. However, finding one of these error coins isn't common, so don't expect to make a fortune on your 1989 Jefferson nickel, but it's always worth checking for those small details. Another way a 1989 nickel might have a higher value is if it's in exceptional condition. A coin that's uncirculated, or in the mint state, could be worth a little more than face value. High-grade coins with minimal wear and crisp features might sell for a few extra dollars, especially if you find one that's graded as MS65 or higher. So, to wrap it up, while the 1989 Jefferson nickel is worth just 5 cents in circulation, it's always a good idea to keep an eye out for any special versions or coins in excellent condition. Who knows? You might stumble upon a hidden gem. For coins on the highest points, such as Jefferson's cheekbones and the building's details on the reverse. These coins might sell for a small premium, possibly 10 to 20 cents, as they are in decent shape but still not quite pristine. An AU coin has minimal wear, with most details sharp and clear. It may show slight marks from handling but is close to mint condition. AU condition coins may sell for slightly more than face value, around 25 to 50 cents to the right collector. Mint state coins are uncirculated and show no signs of wear. MS60 coins are the lowest grade in this category, with minor imperfections, while MS70 represents a flawless coin. High-grade uncirculated 1989 Jefferson nickels can range from about $1 to $5 depending on the specific grade. Coins graded MS65 or higher are often more sought after and can fetch even higher premiums. Proof coins are specially minted for collectors, with a high level of detail and a mirror-like finish. The 1989 proof Jefferson nickels were produced at the San Francisco Mint and will bear an S mint mark. Proof coins from 1989, especially in perfect condition, might sell for a few dollars or more, while most 1989 Jefferson nickels in circulated conditions are worth just 5 cents. Coins in higher grades, especially in MS65 or above, or proof coins, could be worth a little more to collectors. Checking for quality and condition is key to understanding if your nickel is just worth pocket change or has collector value. The Jefferson nickel has a rich history, closely tied to both American culture and the U.S. Mint's evolution. Here's a look at the origins and development of the Jefferson nickel, leading up to the 1989 edition. In 2004, the U.S. Mint modified the Jefferson nickel to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition, with the reverse design temporarily changing. By 2006, Jefferson's portrait was updated to a forward-facing design, though Monticello remained on the reverse. The 1989 version is now seen as a classic example of the mid-20th century Jefferson nickel design, representing a long-standing tradition in U.S. coinage. The Jefferson nickel's long history reflects America's values and design stability. While the 1989 Jefferson nickel isn't rare, it is a part of this iconic series that bridges historical, cultural, and design elements across decades. The enduring image of Jefferson and Monticello on this coin remains a favorite among collectors and the general public. Before we get into the specifics of the 1987 nickel, let's take a brief look at the history of the Jefferson nickel. The coin was first introduced in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag, and it features a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Over the decades, the coin has undergone a few design changes, but the basic elements have remained consistent, making it one of the most recognized and beloved coins in America. 1987, Theon had been in circulation for nearly 50 years with only a few updates. The JLIEFRM, a cupronickel blend, meaning it's composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams. Despite being a staple of everyday transactions, the 1987 version carries a little extra historical weight. Let's see why. Now, if you're just wondering about the current circulation value of the 1987 Jefferson nickel, the answer is straightforward: it's still worth 5 cents. The 1987 nickel, like all regular issue coins in circulation, has a face value of 5 cents. That's because it was minted for general circulation and hasn't been specifically commemorated or produced in any special way. So, if you come across a 1987, for the 1987 Jefferson nickel, MS 65 examples might fetch between 20 to 50 cents or higher, depending on the market and demand. The history of the Jefferson nickel offers insight into one of America's most iconic coins, minted since 1938. The Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel, and its design was chosen through a national competition as part of a shift to commemorate influential American figures on coinage. The winning design, created by Felix Schlag, features the Jefferson nickel, was introduced in 1938 after the Treasury Department held a competition for a new design featuring Jefferson. Schlag's design won, featuring a left-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, on the reverse. The original coin had a classic, detailed look that would become familiar to generations. During World War II, nickel was in high demand for military production, so the composition of the Jefferson nickel was altered. From 1942 to 1945, the nickel's composition changed to 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. These war nickels are distinctive for having large mint marks, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco, above Monticello. This is notable because it was the first time Philadelphia used a mint mark. After the war, the composition returned to the traditional 75% copper and 25% nickel. The large mint mark above Monticello was removed, and the Philadelphia Mint stopped using mint marks until the early 1980s. In 2004, the U.S. Mint began a redesign project called the Westward Journey series to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition, which Jefferson had commissioned. This resulted in temporary reverse designs in 2004 and 2005 and a new forward-facing portrait of Jefferson in 2006. The 2006 design introduced a new, more detailed portrait of Jefferson, marking the first major change to the obverse in the coin's history. The 1987 Jefferson nickel was changes. It is not considered rare, but higher grade or error versions from this year can attract collectors. The 1987 Jefferson nickel holds value mainly in uncirculated, high-grade condition or in cases of unique mint errors. The Jefferson nickel continues to be one of the longest-running coins in the U.S. Mint's history, symbolizing Thomas Jefferson's legacy and an enduring chapter of American coinage. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1987 Jefferson nickel, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more coin collecting content, and leave a comment below telling us about your favorite coin in your collection. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.